Hey guys, it's Mike and welcome to That's Cool Vintage Collectibles. On this channel we talk about all kinds of vintage collectibles, including rock and roll and records and instruments, sports memorabilia, comics, pop culture, antiques, and more. So if you're into that kind of thing, give us a like and subscribe. We're about 4 weeks into this new channel and I'll keep the content coming. Today on the show we're going to talk about some vintage baseball memorabilia. So last week I did a house call to some people that had some sports memorabilia for sale, and I went to check out what they had, and I picked up this baseball. And this ball has great significance to me. I've been looking for this for about 30 years, and I was thrilled to find it. So I'm going to tell you the story of what this is all about and where it's going to go in the collection. So back in 1991, I was given this ticket by my mom and dad to go and see the 1991 All-Star Home Run Derby in Toronto at the Skydome. The Skydome was only 3 years old at that point, so it was a state-of-the-art facility. And the Home Run Derby itself was still fairly new. The first Home Run Derby took place in 1985, but this was still a fairly new thing, and I was excited to go see this. So let's talk about some of the things that went on that day, and I'll show you some memorabilia that goes with it. So it's a very exciting weekend. This was the first time Toronto had ever hosted an all-star game for baseball. And the Home Run Derby was on the Monday afternoon, and then the game was going to be on Tuesday evening. So we were there Monday afternoon. Our seats were at third base, about halfway up in the 100 levels, which was great. It was a nice sunny day. The roof was open at the Skydome. It was a perfect day for baseball. This is the program for the All-Star Game and All-Star Weekend, and inside it has, of course, the rosters for the American and National League, and there's some great Hall of Fame names here. Harold Baines and Roberto Alomar, Wade Boggs, Ken Griffey Jr., Carlton Fisk, Dennis Eckersley, we have Rickey Henderson, Paul Molitor, Jack Morris, Kirby Puckett, and Cal Ripken, who had a great All-Star game, ended up being the MVP. So that's on the American League side. All those players would become Hall of Famers. On the National League side, coaching was newly elected Hall of Famer Jim Leyland. Craig Biggio played. Tony Gwynn, Tom Glavine, Andre Dawson played. Barry Larkin, Eddie Murray, Ryan Sandberg, Ozzie Smith, and Lee Smith, all Hall of Famers that ended up playing, and a ton of other star players that were on the field that weekend. So it was great just to see the players walking around. Everybody was very loose. It wasn't a serious day because it was the workout day. So just to watch guys, field some ground balls and throw the ball back and forth, and then the Home Run Derby itself was quite a thrill. It was very exciting to see. And so the program I've had ever since. It's still intact. I can't believe the condition after all these years. It looks like it was barely opened. And there's some great things in the program that, reading now is just kind of a very interesting thing. Even about collectibles, there's quite a whole article on vintage baseball cards and where they feel that's going. And this is back in the junk wax era where everything was collectible and popular. And there's some great advertisements for the new Fleer set, things like that. It was kind of an interesting read to look through back again. But that is the program and the ticket to that. Another cool collectible that was released around the All-Star Game was in the 1991 Upper Deck baseball card set in the High Series. There was a subset of the All-Star Game in Toronto, and this is a 21 card set that had a lot of the star players and pictures from the day. So it was pretty cool to see and pretty cool to look back on now to reminisce some of those images that are still in my head. And the last piece I'm going to show you from the collection is a commemorative sheet that Upper Deck printed for ticket holders of that day and the All-Star Game, just a limited number sheet, although I think there's like 95,000 of these printed, so I don't think they're exactly rare anymore. But I don't know how many people kept them or how many have survived. This one's kind of unique, though, because I did get an autograph that day and get it signed. This is signed by former Blue Jay John Mayberry, who was a Major League player between 1968 and 1982. He played for Houston, Kansas City, the Jays, and he also played for the New York Yankees. He was a two-time All-Star. And I just remember him walking around in our section signing things, and my dad saying to me, hey, you should go get that guy's autograph, and I didn't know who he was. So I got him to sign that, and I had a ball with me, and he also signed the ball, which was cool, and I still have both of these items, which was pretty cool. At the time, getting any of the major league players off the field was pretty tough. They weren't signing a lot. And if they were, it was maybe one or two in the front row, and we were halfway up the section, and it wasn't really very easy to get down there, and it was certainly a sellout, so there wasn't empty seats to just go and kind of float around in waiting for somebody to sign something. So pretty tough at that time to get an autograph from anybody else. But I had a great time. It was a great day. It's a memory I still really treasure. It was a wonderful opportunity to see an all-star game in Toronto and to see a home run derby. I'm not sure I'll ever get to another one, so it was pretty cool to go and see. And I hope you enjoyed just seeing some of the pieces that I've been able to collect from that day and since. And this last piece that I picked up last week, the game ball, was just a really nice way to kind of close up the collection and say, that's kind of a completed collection of that day and that game. So hope you enjoyed watching that. Thanks very much for the support on the channel, and we're like 9 subscribers away from 100, so come on guys, you can help me out, get to 100. That'd be great. That'd be our first milestone. I've only had the channel going now for 4 weeks, so I'm really pleased with how things are going, getting lots of views. So thanks very much, and we'll keep it coming. Keep on collecting.